Today I'm going to show you how to use the Frame Maker app in Canva. So I'm going to show you how to create a custom frame like this and to be able to place an image into it. I'll show you how to change a couple of images like this into your own custom frame and then be able to put an image inside of that. And I'll show you how to make an image like this by quickly creating a design like this and then using Frame Maker to turn it into a mask so that you can put an image behind it. So from the Canva home screen, I'm going to go to custom size and create a 1000 by 1000 canvas. And now the first thing I'm going to do is to go to elements and go to graphics, and I'll type in hair clip. And I'll just choose this one here and just enlarge that. Now I'm going to go to apps, and on my Canva it's got Frame Maker here, but if you don't have it there on your Canva, then go to search and type in Frame Maker and you can click on it here. Now if we just want to make a frame ourselves, then we can begin by creating that frame at the start, and you'll see it has a triangle shape here. If you try and remove a point when you've got a triangle by clicking this button, you'll see that you have to have at least 3 points to make a shape as a frame. So what you can do is to add a point in just by double clicking, and then you can move that around and decide how you want your own frame to look, and you can add in other points in different places and move them around. You see that you've got this grid behind, and that means that the points will snap into the grid so that you can get straight lines correct. You can actually take off grid snapping so that you've just got a blank sheet behind, and you can put the points where you want them to go. The other thing that you can do is, if we turn on the grid snapping, we can also increase the amount of columns so that you've got more points on the screen, or decrease them so that you've got less. Now this is to create our own shape here, so we'll just start with this one as we've made it, and we can go down and say add to design, and your frame will appear like this. So what I'll do is I'll go back to elements and I'll go onto photos and just take one from recently used. I'll just choose this one here, and then I'll go back to the app, but we can just hover this picture over and you'll see it'll fit inside the frame that we've created. You can also use set shapes to begin with, so if you go to see all under shapes, you could choose this cross here, and then you can edit the cross like this. You can add in extra points for where you want them to go to design your own shape, and then if you want to remove a point, just click remove and you can remove a point like that, and then you can add to the design, and again you could just put an image into that one as well. Down here you'll see it says shapes. Now if you go to the top, you can see there's a convert bit there and a create bit there. So if you go down and click on shapes, it will switch it over to convert, so you can go to convert without going to shapes, and you'll have two options here. One is to create a frame of your own, so I'll click on that first, and what I'm going to do is just delete these two first and put the clip back into the center of the page. And if we just add in an extra page here, just help me to show you something on this. So we'll go to continue, and you'll see it says when you're making a frame, you want to connect all elements together. So if we had two of these, for example, we'll need them to be connected to each other like that. Select the right page. So in a minute we're going to have to select page 1. Export with transparency, which I'll show you how to do, and resize for better quality results. So I'm going to click on convert design to frame, and then we want to choose under pages page 1 and click done, and then we want to click on transparent background, and you can change the sizing here. I'm just going to keep it on 1000 by 1000 to begin with and click export. Now you'll see that this is changed our clips into a frame, and again this is a frame that we can insert an image into. So go back to elements and we'll just pull this image over so we could fit that image in there. But now another thing we can do is to use the mask feature. So to do that, I'm just going to quickly create another page. So go to page 2, I'm going to go to shapes, and I'm going to click on square, and I'm just going to add in a few rectangles like this. I'll duplicate. So it'll have some shapes like this. Make sure it's all centered. And then I'm going to go to text and add a heading. I'm going to type in sunset. And I'm going to select the text and change it to Anton. Place it at the top here. Now it doesn't matter that the colors are different for this particular example. So I'm going to go back to the app, back to FrameMaker, click back here, and we want to be on convert, and then click on mask, and then we'll click continue. Now we can say convert design to mask, and make sure that we select page 2, which is where our design is. Click done, and make sure you click transparent background, and we'll keep it on 1000 by 1000. So let's click export. And then you have your frame come up here, and it wants you to select a picture to go behind this design. So you can zoom in and out, but that's easier if you choose a photo first. So we'll click choose file. Now I'm going to click on sunset and click open, and you'll see the sunset has gone behind the design. So again, zooming in and out, you can then move the image around to where you want it to be. So we could try and put the sun in the sunset if we just zoom in a little bit, something like this, and then we'll click at the bottom add to design, and we'll put it on its own page, and you'll be able to see that that design has now come through. And we can just change the background color to black so it all shows up. And that's how you can change something like this into a mask so it turns into something like this. So that's a quick introduction to using FrameMaker in Canva. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you today. Please do subscribe to the channel to learn more about Canva.